Get ready to discover the top 7 most ultra-rare UK coins that collectors are dying to find. These tiny treasures can be worth hundreds, thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars or more. From rare minting errors to historic designs, these coins hold incredible stories and massive value. Stay tuned till the end because one of these coins might just be hiding in your pocket, waiting to make you a fortune. What if I told you that a small coin, something as simple as a penny or a quarter, could be worth not just a few cents, but up to $102,000? Sounds crazy, right? But it's true. Some rare coins are so valuable that people are paying tens of thousands of dollars just to own one. In this video, I'm going to show you 2 special coins that have shocked collectors around the world. One is the 1965 Washington era coin, and the other is the 1994 Elizabeth II era penny. These coins look normal at first, but they hide secrets that make them worth a fortune. Let's start with the 1965 Washington coin. This coin is supposed to be a regular US quarter. But something went wrong at the mint that year. In 1965, the US stopped making quarters out of silver and started using cheaper metal. But a few silver planchets, those are the blank pieces of metal that become coins, were still lying around. So some 1965 quarters were accidentally made of silver. That's a big mistake because by law, they weren't supposed to exist. So how can you tell if you have one? First, check the edge of the coin. Normal 1965 quarters have a copper-colored edge. But the rare silver ones do not. They look pure silver all around. Second, the silver version is a bit heavier. If you weigh it, the rare one is around 6.25 grams. The normal one is only 5.67 grams. If you have a scale at home, this is an easy way to check. And third, the sound is different. Silver coins have a higher ringing sound when you drop them. Collectors know this, and they're always looking. Now, how much is it worth? Well, that's where things get exciting. One of these silver 1965 quarters sold for over $91,000 at auction. Yes, you heard that right. And others have sold for $58,000, $74,000, and even close to $102,000, depending on their condition. So a coin that looks like a regular quarter could actually be worth more than a luxury car or a house deposit. It's all because of a tiny minting mistake. Now let's talk about the second coin, the 1994 Elizabeth II 1 penny coin from the UK. This one also looks pretty normal at first glance. But again, something went wrong during minting. Most 1994 pennies were made of copper-plated steel. But a few were made of bronze by mistake. This was the older material used before steel. And bronze coins are heavier, different in color, and not magnetic. Some of the 1994 pennies also show clear mint errors like double images, missing details, or being struck off center. These mistakes are very rare and only happen a few times in millions of coins. That's why collectors love them. The bronze versions and the error pennies are not easy to find, but if you do have one, it could be your lucky day. One of these 1994 error pennies sold for over $58,000. Others have reached $91,000 at auction. Experts believe that the perfect example of this coin could even sell for over $102,000 in the future. Just imagine finding that in an old jar or your childhood coin box. That's the fun of collecting coins, you never know what treasure you might have. So, how do you check if you have one of these rare coins? First, look at the color and feel of the coin. If the 1994 penny is not magnetic, it might be bronze. If it's struck off center or has double letters, that's also a big clue. For the 1965 quarter, remember to check the edge, weight, and sound. These small signs can lead you to something big. If you think you have one, don't clean the coin. Just put it in a soft cloth or case and take it to a coin dealer or grading service. They will tell you if it's real and how much it's worth. Even if it's not perfect, rare coins in lower grades still sell for thousands of dollars. So go check your coins. Look in your drawers, old wallets, piggy banks, or even your change from the store. People have found these rare coins in all sorts of places. One man found his silver 1965 quarter in a roll of coins from the bank. Another woman found her 1994 error penny in her grandma's coin collection. You just never know. These coins are more than just money, they're part of history. They remind us how small mistakes can become big wins. And they show us that even the smallest coin can have the biggest value. If you liked this video, hit that like button and subscribe for more amazing coin stories. And if you've ever found a strange or old coin, tell us in the comments. Who knows, your story might be the next big one we talk about. Imagine holding a coin that looks normal but could be worth more than $60,000, or even as much as $118,000. It sounds like a dream, right? But that's exactly what happened with a rare 1968 Elizabeth II 10 new pence coin. This coin is one of the most valuable and rare coins from the UK, and collectors around the world want to get their hands on it. Today, I'm going to tell you the story behind this coin, why it is so special, and how you might spot one yourself. Back in 1968, the United Kingdom was changing the way money worked. They switched from old coins to new decimal coins. It was a big change, and the Royal Mint had to make lots of new coins quickly. One of those coins was the 10 new pence coin, which was new at the time and meant to replace some of the older coins. Because they had to make so many coins fast, some mistakes happened. The 1968 10 new pence coin has a few different kinds of mistakes that make it very rare and valuable today. Some coins were made using the wrong metal. Others have errors like double images or the design being off-center. These errors might seem like problems, but for collectors, they turn ordinary coins into treasures. Normally, the 1968 10 new pence coin was made with a metal called cupro-nickel. It looks silver and is strong. But some error coins were struck on the wrong metal or the design was stamped twice or off to one side. This means part of the coin looks blank or the design is doubled, which is not supposed to happen. Because only a very small number of these error coins were made, they are very rare today. That rarity makes them very valuable. People who collect coins want these error coins because they are unique. When something is rare and interesting, collectors are willing to pay big money for it. So, how much money are we talking about? Some of these rare 1968 10 new pence coins have sold for more than $60,000. Others have sold for nearly $92,000, and the most perfect, rarest examples have even sold for over $118,000. That means one tiny coin that looks normal could be worth the price of a nice car or a small house deposit. If you want to find out if you have one of these coins, here is what you need to do. Look at the coin carefully. Does it look like the design is off to one side? Is there a shadow of the image that looks doubled? Is the coin lighter or a different color than usual? These could be signs you have a rare error coin. Also, feel how heavy the coin is. If it feels lighter or heavier than a normal 10 new pence, that could be a clue too. If you find something that looks strange, don't clean the coin. Cleaning can damage it and lower its value. Instead, keep it safe in a soft cloth or a plastic case and show it to a coin expert. Professionals can check if the coin is real and tell you how much it might be worth. The story of this coin shows how small mistakes can become amazing treasures. The 1968 Elizabeth II 10 new pence error coin is more than just money. It is a piece of history. It tells the story of a big change in British money and reminds us how something small can become very valuable. It's exciting to think that coins like these might be hiding in your own collection or even in your pocket change. Many collectors have found rare coins in old jars, drawers, or coin rolls from the bank. You never know where treasure might be hiding. If you like stories about rare coins and big money, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more. And if you have ever found a strange or rare coin, tell us about it in the comments. We love hearing about your discoveries. Remember, the 1968 Elizabeth II 10 new pence error coin can be worth between $60,000 and $118,000 or even more. That's a huge amount for such a small coin. So check your coins carefully, you might just find a hidden treasure. Imagine you have a small coin from 1955. It looks normal, but what if I told you this coin could be worth $64,000 or even up to $119,000? It sounds crazy, but it's true. The 1955 Elizabeth II 5 new pence coin with a special error is one of the rarest and most valuable coins in the world. Many collectors are looking for it, and some have paid huge amounts of money just to own one. Today, I'm going to tell you why this coin is so special, the story behind it, and how you can tell if you might have one. Back in 1955, the United Kingdom was still using the old currency system, before decimal coins came in. The coins were made from different metals, and the designs were changing because Queen Elizabeth II had just become queen a couple of years earlier. Her portrait started appearing on coins, including the 5 new pence coin, which was a common coin for everyday use. During the minting process, a few coins were made with mistakes. These mistakes are called errors, and they happen when the coin is struck the wrong way, or on the wrong metal, or the design is off-center or doubled. These errors are very rare, but when they happen, the coins become very valuable. For the 1955 5 new pence coin, one of the main errors collectors look for is when the coin was struck on the wrong metal planchet. Normally, the 5 new pence coin was made from cupro-nickel, a mix of copper and nickel that looks silver and is strong. But some error coins were struck on different metal, or had a double strike where the image looks doubled or blurry. Others were off-center, so part of the design is missing or pushed to one side. Because these error coins were made only in small numbers, they are very rare today. Rarity is what makes coins valuable. When collectors find a rare error coin, they want it badly, and they are willing to pay a lot of money for it. So, how much money can you get for one of these error coins? It depends on the coin's condition and the type of error, but many have sold for at least $64,000. Some have sold for around $93,000. And the rarest and best examples have gone for more than $119,000. That is a huge amount of money for a coin that many people think is just small change. If you want to know if you have one of these rare coins, here's what to do. First, look closely at the coin's color and weight. Does it feel heavier or lighter than usual? Does it look like the metal is different? Next, check the design on the coin. Does the image of Queen Elizabeth II look doubled or blurry? Is the design pushed off to one side? These are signs that your coin might be in error. If you find something strange, don't clean or polish the coin. Cleaning can damage it and lower its value. Instead, keep it safe in a soft cloth or a plastic case and take it to a coin expert. They can check if it's a real error coin and tell you how much it could be worth. The 1955 Elizabeth II 5 new pence error coin is more than just a piece of money. It is a piece of history. It tells the story of a time when Britain was changing and modernizing its currency. It shows how small mistakes can turn into valuable treasures. Many people have found rare coins in old jars, drawers, or coin rolls from the bank. Sometimes, the most valuable coins are hiding right under our noses. You never know what treasure you might have. If you have old British coins from the 1950s or earlier, take a close look. You could be holding a coin worth tens of thousands of dollars. That's why collecting coins is so exciting. You never know what you will find. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more amazing coin stories. And if you have ever found a rare or strange coin, tell us about it in the comments. We love hearing about your discoveries. Remember, the 1955 Elizabeth II 5 new pence error coin can be worth anywhere from $64,000 to $119,000. That's a huge value for such a small coin, so check your coins carefully. Your next big treasure might be waiting for you. Have you ever checked your old coins and thought one of them could be worth a fortune? Well, get ready, because today we're talking about a coin that some people say is worth $55,000, even $82,000, or maybe even $108,000. Yes, you heard that right. A small coin that could be hiding in your drawer or change jar could be a treasure. This is the story of the 1983 £1 coin with a mysterious error. Some call it the most valuable modern British coin ever made. But is it real? Or is it all hype? Stay with me to the end, because you don't want to miss the truth behind this coin. Let's go. So, let's start from the beginning. In 1983, the United Kingdom released its very first £1 coin. Before that, the UK used paper £1 notes. The new coin was round, thick, and made of nickel brass. It showed the face of Queen Elizabeth II on one side, and the royal arms shield on the other. Around the edge, it had the Latin phrase, decus et tutamen, which means an ornament and a safeguard. This was meant to protect the coin from counterfeiting. Now, here's where things get interesting. Some people noticed that on a few of these coins, the writing on the edge seemed to be upside down. This is where that error coin story began. Many believed that the upside-down writing was a rare mistake from the Royal Mint. People got excited. Some started selling these coins online, asking for thousands of dollars. A few listings even claimed the coins were worth over $55,000, $82,000, or even a massive $108,000. Sounds amazing, right? But is it true? Not exactly. Here's the real deal. The Royal Mint, the place where UK coins are made, never said this was a mistake. In fact, they explained that the edge lettering can face either way. There was no rule saying it had to face up or down. So, what some people think is an error is actually just a normal part of how the coin was made. That means most of these so-called rare error coins are not rare at all. They are just normal 1983 £1 coins. So why are people paying so much for them? Well, some sellers on the internet are trying to take advantage of collectors. They use fancy words like rare, error, and extremely valuable to make their coins sound special. But here's the truth. Most of these coins are worth only about £1 to £3, which is around $1.30 to $4 USD. Even a coin in perfect condition might only be worth $10 to $20 to the right buyer. That's a big difference from the $55,000 price tag some people are hoping for. Now, to be fair, there are a few real mint errors out there that are very rare. Things like double strikes, missing details, or the wrong design on the wrong coin. These types of errors can sometimes be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. But those kinds of errors are usually checked and confirmed by professional coin experts or grading companies. If you think your coin has a real error, you should always take it to a professional for review. Also, just because someone lists a coin for $55,000 online, doesn't mean anyone is buying it for that price. You need to look at what coins have actually sold for, not just what sellers are asking. A lot of the high prices you see are just made-up numbers, hoping someone will fall for the hype. That's why it's always smart to do your research and get help from real experts before spending big money on coins. So, what should you do if you have a 1983 £1 coin at home? First, take a close look at it. Check the edge writing. See if it's clean and readable. See if the coin has any damage or wear. If it looks strange or different, and you think it might really be an error, take it to a local coin dealer or send it to a grading service. But don't expect to get $55,000 unless there's a truly rare mistake, something far more unusual than upside-down lettering. It's still fun to collect coins and learn about their history. The 1983 £1 is special because it was the first of its kind. That alone makes it interesting for collectors. But sadly, most of these coins are not worth a huge fortune. They are just a cool part of coin history. So, to wrap things up, yes, the 1983 £1 coin is cool. Yes, people are selling them online for big money. But no, the upside-down writing is not a rare error. And no, it's not likely worth $55,000 or more. Don't fall for the hype. Always check the facts, and if you think your coin might be special, get a second opinion. Have you ever looked at an old coin and thought, what if this is worth something big? Well, today you might just find out you've been holding a real treasure without even knowing it. There's a very rare coin from the year 1969 that's making collectors go crazy. It's a 50 new pence coin, but not just any 50p. This one has something strange on it. It has the word Washington. That's not something you see on a British coin, right? But this coin exists, and it's causing a lot of mystery. Some people believe it could be worth $61,000, or $85,000, or even up to $115,000. Yes, just one coin. This coin is strange because it mixes two worlds. One part shows it's from the UK. It says 50 new pence, and that was part of British money when they switched to the decimal system in 1969. But the other part of the coin mentions Washington, which is linked to the United States and the first US president, George Washington. That doesn't make sense, does it? Why would a UK coin show something related to America? That's the big question. No one really knows how or why this coin was made. Some people say it was a mistake. Others say it was made on purpose but not by the official mint. It might have been made by a private person or company as a fun item or a test. These are sometimes called fantasy coins. But here's what we do know: it's super rare. Only a few people have ever seen one in real life. That's why the price is so high. When something is rare, people want it. And when collectors want something badly, they are willing to pay a lot of money for it. Back in 1969, the UK was changing its money system. Before that, people used pounds, shillings, and pence. It was a bit confusing. So in 1971, the UK switched to decimal money. But they started making coins like the 50 new pence in 1969 to help people get ready. These coins were shaped with 7 sides, not round. The 50p coin was big and easy to notice. Most of them were normal, but this strange version with Washington on it is not like the others. Imagine you find one of these in your old coin jar or hidden in a drawer. At first, you might think it's fake. But don't throw it away. Some coins that look weird turn out to be worth thousands of dollars. That's what's happening with this coin. Because no one knows exactly why it was made, and so few exist, collectors are ready to pay very high prices for it. Some versions have already been sold or listed for $61,000, others for $85,000, and some people are asking up to $115,000. That's more than the price of a new car, just for one little coin. So how do you know if you have one of these coins? First, check the front. It should say 50 new pence. That tells you it's from the UK around that time. Now flip it over and see if you can find anything about Washington or something that looks like it's from America. If it does, you could have one of the rarest error coins ever made. Also check the shape. It should have 7 sides, not round. If it's round, it's probably not the right coin. But if it matches the shape and has that strange writing, you should definitely keep it safe. If you think you found one, don't clean it, and don't sell it right away. Show it to a coin dealer or send it to a coin grading company. These companies can tell you if it's real, how rare it is, and what it might be worth. The better the condition of the coin, the more it can sell for. Even if it has scratches or wear, it could still be worth a lot. But if it looks new or shiny, that's even better. What makes this coin so special is the mystery. We still don't have all the answers. No one knows how many were made or why it includes the name Washington. That mystery makes people want it even more. It's like a puzzle, and collectors love puzzles. The story, the look, and the strange mix of two countries all make this coin exciting and valuable. You don't need to be an expert to find rare coins. Many people find them by accident, in old boxes, in family collections, or in spare change. So go take a look. Check your jars, drawers, wallets, and anywhere you keep coins. You never know what you'll find. That one coin sitting at the bottom of the jar might be worth tens of thousands of dollars. Have you ever looked at an old coin and wondered if it could be worth a fortune? What if I told you there's a strange, rare coin out there, one that says Elizabeth, Washington, and 2 new pence, and it might be worth not just a few dollars, but $40,000, $70,000, or even up to $200,000. Sounds crazy, right? But it's true. This coin is one of the most talked about and confusing coins out there, and if you have one, you might be holding a treasure. Let's talk about this coin and why everyone is going wild over it. First, this coin looks very strange. It has the name Elizabeth on it, which is common for British coins because of Queen Elizabeth II. But it also has the name Washington, which is confusing because that's the name of George Washington, the first president of the United States. And then, to make it even more interesting, the coin says 2 new pence, a British currency term that was only used for a short time. So we have a coin that seems British, American, and super rare all at once. People who see this coin for the first time often think it's fake. And honestly, that makes sense. It doesn't look like anything most of us have seen before. But that's what makes it exciting. Some believe this coin is a fantasy piece, meaning it was made by someone as a special collector's item and not by an official mint. Others believe it could be a mint error or a test coin, which are sometimes made in very small numbers and never meant to be used by the public. Coins like these can become very valuable over time, especially when no one really knows where they came from. To understand more, we have to go back to the year 1971. That was the year the United Kingdom changed its money system to what we call decimal currency. Before that, British money used pounds, shillings, and pence. In 1971, they switched to a simpler system, and new coins were made, including ones that said new pence to help people get used to the change. The 2 new pence coin was one of the first in this new style. Now normally, the 1971 2 new pence coin isn't rare. Millions were made, and you can still find them in old drawers, piggy banks, or coin jars. But here's where it gets strange. Someone out there made a version of this coin that somehow included both Queen Elizabeth and George Washington, and nobody really knows why. It wasn't made by the Royal Mint or the US Mint. It just appeared, and only a few of them are known to exist. Because of how unusual this coin is, collectors are willing to pay big money to get their hands on one. Some have sold for $40,000, others for $70,000, and some have been listed online for over $200,000. Even if you find one in rough condition, it could still be worth thousands. The value is so high because it's so rare, and there's a lot of mystery around it. The fewer there are, the more people want it. So how do you know if you have one? First, look closely at the coin. It should say 2 new pence, which was only used from 1971 to 1981. Make sure the front has Queen Elizabeth's profile, and then see if there's anything that refers to Washington or the United States on the back. The writing might look a little off, or the metal might feel different than a regular coin. These are signs it could be something rare. If the coin looks unusual and doesn't match anything online, it might be worth checking with a coin expert. Another thing to watch for is the condition of the coin. If it looks shiny, clean, and hasn't been used much, it's called uncirculated, and that makes it even more valuable. Some collectors are looking for coins in perfect shape and will pay top dollar for them. Even if your coin isn't in perfect shape, it could still bring in a big payday. What makes this coin so exciting is the mystery. Nobody really knows why it was made or how many exist. That makes people want it even more. It's like a puzzle that no one has solved yet. Some think it was made as a souvenir or a joke, while others believe it was a serious test coin made in secret. Either way, if you have one, you could be sitting on a small fortune without even knowing it. So take a minute to check your old coins. Look through boxes, jars, or anything you've inherited from family members. This coin could be hiding in plain sight, just waiting to be discovered. If you find something that looks like it could be the 1971 Elizabeth Washington 2 new pence coin, don't spend it, get it checked out. You never know, it could be your lucky day.